Are we live? Okay, so we are live. You guys, I am super excited. So let me first start off by saying happy Monday, everyone. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm super excited. I'm currently live on both Instagram and I'm live here on YouTube. This is the first official Jayona Gems episode that is live on YouTube. I'm super excited to have launched this Monday because we have this Instagram platform. I've been doing Jayana's Gems now for about 2 years on solely Instagram. But this way, you guys can come see the long form version of Jayana's Gems, and you can always go back to it, identify what episodes resonate with you the most, and really just get as much value as you can as you are looking to empower your life. So, given that this is our first time on YouTube, I want to go ahead and first start off by introducing myself. My name is Jayona Johnson. I am 26 years young. I'm a Cancer, so my birthday just passed. I'm super excited about that. And this is my story on how I actually began my empowerment journey and how I actually evolved into an empowerment coach. And so I have a gem for you for today because the purpose of Jayona's Gems, even though we're moving from Instagram to YouTube, is to really just give you guys gems of wisdom, nuggets, and just life altering information to really further you along your journey of personal empowerment. So, to begin with the gem, are you ready? Y'all ready over here? You have to learn to control your controllables. One more time. You have to learn how to control your controllables. And so, what does this gem have to do with living an empowered life? Because the topic for today here on YouTube is how to live an empowered life. Well, you guys, the gem is important because to live an empowered life, you have to realize that there are things that you can control, and then there's things that you cannot control. But if you truly focus on the things that you can control, you'll find that you are going to be in the driver's seat of your life. You'll find that you are going to truly have the power to persist towards your goals, to develop self confidence, and to really live out the life of your dreams. And so that journey started for me back in college. So, like I said, you guys, I'm 26 years young, and this journey of empowerment started for me back in my early college days. And the truth is, it didn't start with all the sunshines and rainbows and self confidence and affirmation and accolades that I, have today. But it started at rock bottom for me. For me, my empowerment journey happened when I was experiencing depression for the very first time. And so I was in college, I was going through a bad breakup, and I didn't know that I was experiencing depression at the time. I thought I was just honestly being lazy. Too lazy to get out of bed, too lazy to go speak to my friends, too lazy to attend my classes, too lazy to live, honestly. And so, in this quote unquote laziness, I found myself sinking. I found myself isolating. And then one day, I just didn't get out of the bed. I didn't get out of the bed for 3 days. And I was content in just ending it all right there, truthfully. But what happened for me on the third day was so impactful and so powerful. And honestly, just looking back at that time, I was actually fasting because I wasn't eating anything. I was absolutely just laying in that one spot, content that I was not going to leave that one spot for the rest of my life. And so on the third day, I looked to my right, and I don't know why this really bothered me. It's maybe because I grew up with a Southern grandmother, but the fitted sheet of the bed was off, you guys. And so I just looked at it and I was like, man, I just want to fix that fitted sheet. I just want to get up and I just want to make this bed because this can't be the end. And then, you guys, I got this next thought, and it was just so clear to me. And the thought was, this is only the beginning. And I don't know where this thought came from, but it motivated me enough to actually get up and make up my bed. And so after I made up my bed, you guys, I got a whiff of myself again. I was laying there for 3 days. So your girl had to go get in the shower. So little by little, I started to take on actions of self-care. I took a shower. Then I was aware of my body and realized I'm kind of hungry too. So I went downstairs and I got me some food. And little by little, I started to use these pillars of self-care to build myself back up. And so I didn't know at the time that that energy of putting that energy of self-care back into myself would actually evolve into a journey of self-love and self-discovery. So after taking those self-caring actions, I began to develop an appreciation, a respect, a trust for myself, and I began to really experience true self-love. And in that, as I did more things to cultivate, the inner me, as I did more things to actually learn about what was happening in my inner world, I developed a stronger desire to learn about myself, to learn about what made me me. And as I did that, guys, what I discovered was a desire to impact others. What I discovered is a love for aesthetics. What I discovered is a love for traveling, a love for family. And all these things that I cultivated in understanding about myself was then translated into a journey of empowering other people. So for the last going on 4 years of my life, I've spent time developing myself and helping people along the way do the exact same thing, helping them to identify where they're lost, where they may use a mindset shift, or making use a mindset shift, where they can develop in the areas of their personal lives to really empower their lives and to really push it forward. Again, I've been doing this for 3 years. This journey has taken me across the world. You guys, I've traveled to countries that I didn't even didn't even know existed, hadn't even heard of. I've I've traveled to places that have expanded my horizons. I've met people who have opened me up in so many different ways and empower my life on a daily basis. And I will be spending the rest of my life doing the same for others. So how is it, you guys? How do you control your controllables? How do you truly begin to live an empowered life? I want to give you guys 8 pillars of living an empowered life. And if you have a notebook, go ahead and write this down, because it is true that 90% of the things that I'm saying to you, you're not going to remember by just hearing it. You need a retainer. You need something to retain this information. So get a journal, get a notebook, come back to this video as I post it so that you're able to really understand the pillars that you'll need to actually live that empowered life. So let's start at pillar number 1. And I'm going to kind of guide you on these pillars and relate it to how I actually developed this pillar throughout my story. And so the first pillar was self-awareness. You guys, laying there in that bed for 3 days straight, I was cleared out mentally, physically. I only had space for awareness. But that is one of the primary pillars that you need to actually live an empowered life. As I began to learn more about myself and dive into self-discovery, you guys, I started to understand my strengths. I started to understand my weaknesses. I had to learn what I actually cared about, what I actually value, what were my passions. And so self-discovery and self-awareness is going to be a key pillar for you to live an empowered life. Do you know who you are? And if you don't, it's super, super key for you to find out. Go find out who you are. Reflect on your childhood. What did you like to do growing up? What were your favorite shows? What were your favorite activities? What did you like the most? You have to really understand who it is that you are to truly even begin living a life of your own design. Pillar number 2 is going to be setting goals. Not only do you have to know who it is that you are, you have to know what it is that you want out of this life. One of the things that stopped me, or like just pulled me down into that depression, was I couldn't see a clear future because I was too focused on the pre-play of the past. You guys, and that's how anxiety develops. That's how depression develops. Depression develops when you're always pre-playing the past, when you're doing the shouldas and the couldas and the wouldas in your head, and you're living primarily up here in reverse. And anxiety occurs when you're pre-playing a negative future. You are worrying about something that has not even happened yet so that you can prepare for the worst. and then you're not even prepared for the worst. So it's important to understand that one, self-awareness is important, but you have to really live in the present so that you're able to really plan for the future, because that's the only place that your power lies. Your power only lies in the present. But you have to set a goal. You have to know what the end in mind is for yourself, so that you're able to truly have a map, have a guideline as to what kind of life you're looking to lead. When you, and this is one of my favorite, just favorite, I guess, practices, or just favorite tactics in understanding how you can really goal set for yourself. There's this book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the habits is begin with the end in mind. And so they had us do this exercise where you have to imagine yourself at your funeral. Imagine what your eulogy would say. What would people say about you in at your funeral, in the eulogy? What are they saying? And so once you really write that out, you'll understand what kind of life you truly want to lead. And then you can begin to set goals, which are really just markers to show that you're living truly the life that you want. The biggest regret, you guys, of most people is that they did not live the life that they truly wanted. They lived a life that somebody else subscribed to them. They lived a life that somebody else told them they should live instead of the life they truly wanted. So, one, understand what kind of life it is that you want to live and map that out so that you can actually set goals to get there. That's going to be pillar number 2. Now, pillar number 3, you're going to need a positive mindset. And we hear mindset so much. We hear you got to develop this kind of mindset, but we really got to break down the word mindset. What is your mindset to? For me, at that time, it was set to depressive thoughts. It was set to lack. It was set to limitation. It was set to not enoughness. But you truly have to set your mind, just as you would set the stove, just as you would turn on the temperature. You have to be super intentional about what you set your mind on. So you have to set your mind on the things that you actually want to see happen, the best of life, because you're always creating in your mind. How do you set your mind? You bring in things that can actually develop your mindset. You listen to audios, you read the books, you go to events where people are like-minded, or they have a mind that you want to, that you want to have. So set your mind, put in things that will set your mind on positivity, on abundance, on growth, on prosperity, because you're truly going to need that positive mentality to really power on in your journey. Is really essential. So that's going to be pillar number 3, you guys. Pillar number 4 is continuous learning. You have to remain a student. You guys, self-discovery is not a one and done journey. I promise you that. The moment that I got to the point where I felt like I knew all there is to know about me, you can't tell me about me, was the moment I put a lid on the discovery of myself. You guys, there is so much richness, there is so much abundance, there is so much to discover about who it is that we are as people. It's so much. And you continue to develop, and you continue to grow, and you continue to experience trauma, and you continue to heal. You guys, this life journey is an ever growing journey. So you have to continue to be a student to yourself. You have to continue to be a student to life. You guys, if you're not growing, if you're not learning, you're actually falling behind. You're actually dying if you're not growing. So you truly have to be a student always. Always learn. There's always something for you to learn. If you find that you're the person who says, I already know this, I've already heard that, what I want you to do is ask yourself, what more can you learn about it? What more can you learn about what you already know? Because I promise you there's more. I promise you there's more to learning about whatever you think you know. Because when we say that we already know something, you guys, we put a cap on our learning capacity. And 9 times out of 10, our earning capacity reflects our learning capacity. 9 times out of 10, our capacity to love reflects our learning capacity. So keep the lid open. Keep the learning lid open by always asking yourself, what more can I learn about this? Always be a student, because in this journey of empowerment, in this journey of being the king and being the queen of your life, you're going to always be evolving. So there's always going to be more to learn about and with yourself. So that's going to be pillar number 4. Pillar number 5, and this is really important, and this is what really kicked off my empowerment journey, and that's going to be self-care. You have to take care of yourself. And self-care is any deliberate action you take for your own happiness and your own well-being. That means on purpose. That means you're taking care of yourself on purpose. It's not always the face mask. It's not always the, bubble baths. It's not always the spa days. Sometimes it's that shadow journal. Sometimes it's the shadow work. Sometimes it's removing yourself from people and places that no longer serve you. Sometimes it's being real with yourself and letting you know that you're not living up to the things that you said you wanted to do, that you said you wanted to be, that you said you wanted to have. Sometimes it's taking a hard look in the mirror and asking yourself, am I doing everything I can to become the king of my life, the queen of my life? And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes the answer is no. But you have to continue to develop a relationship with yourself. That is why self-care is so important, because when you do those things, when you take actions deliberately for your own happiness and for your own well-being, you develop the relationship with you. This is how you develop the relationship with you, through caring actions, caring for your mind, caring for your body, caring for your finances, caring for your social life. You show yourself who you are to you through your level of self-care. So this is an important pillar, and that's going to be number 5, you guys. And we got about 3 more here. Pillar number 6 is going to be strong relationships. You guys, your tribe will make or break you. You are a sum of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. You're a sum of them. And if you don't believe me, list the 5 people in your life. Go into your contact book and look at who you talk to the most. And I promise you can find similar habits. I promise you can find similar attributes. I promise you can find similar ways of being, because your environment is going to shape you. So if you're hanging around 5 broke people, don't be surprised that you're number 6. If you're hanging around 5 empowered, brilliant, prosperous, abundant-minded people, if you're hanging around those kind of people, don't be surprised when you have the desire to be more for the world and contribute more and do more and have more. You guys, your tribe is going to be so important, but understanding how to operate in relationships is super, super key. Communication, respect, trust, all of these are pillars. Love are pillars that you must be able to have within a relationship with people. Building and maintaining supportive networks of people is going to be key to living your empowered life, you guys, because when you empower yourself, you have the opportunity to empower the people around you. And that is going to boil down to who you decide to keep in your circle, keep in your life. So that's going to be number 6. Number 7, personal responsibility. Now, if you're going to be the king of your life, if you're going to be the queen of your life, that means that you are in charge. That means that everything rises and falls on you. That means you cannot put off the responsibility of your life, of your happiness, of your success onto anybody else. You have to assume all fault. You have to assume all fault. And that's okay. Because when you decide that you don't want to be at fault, that you actually want to be proactive in how you lead your life, then you can truly live an empowered life. You have to take personal responsibility. You have to claim your life as your own, and you have to step into your greatness and shut the door to any mediocrity. because that's what it means to live an empowered life. You cannot live a mediocre life and an empowered life at the same time. You cannot be average and great at the same time. So if you truly want to be the leader of your life, if you truly want to get in the front seat, if you're tired of being a victim to your own existence, then it's time to look yourself in the mirror and take claim of your life. You are truly the ruler of your life when you decide to be. When you say that the outside circumstances, the outside situations do not matter in regard to how I lead my life. There may be outside circumstances outside of your circle of influence that you just genuinely can't control. But what are we talking about here today? Controlling your controllables. That's what it means to be response able. Put yourself in a proactive position so that you can be response able for your life. So that's number 7. And finally, number 8, financial independence. You guys, living a queen's life, living a king's life, it costs money. It costs money. Just know that. But being able to decide how you're going to use and allocate your resource for your life is going to be super key for you to live an empowered life. You guys, nobody likes financial stress. Nobody likes it. I don't know one person who likes to be broke. I don't know one person who likes to be struggling financially. I don't know one person who genuinely wants the stress that comes with financial irresponsibility. So it's time to get independent with your finances. And it's okay if you're not at financial independence yet. But developing financial wholeness is going to be key for you to live an empowered life. Managing your finances is going to be important for you to live an empowered life. If you're the person who opens up your bank account and you're scared to look at what's in there, stop being scared. You did that. You can change that. You're responsible for that. So go look, go see what needs to be done. Become the best manager. Pick up personal finance books. Pick up financial literacy books. Pick them up because you can really learn anything if you have that positive mindset, if you're going to continuously learn, if you develop relationships with people who are in better financial positions than you, who can give you better advice on what to do. You guys, living an empowered life truly just means getting in the driver's seat of your own life. So today, I want you to decide that you're no longer going to be the passenger who has no idea who's driving the car. You don't even know who's driving the car. You're no longer going to take the back seat to your life. You're going to decide that you're going to be in the driver's seat. You're going to decide that your higher power, and I'm not here to press anybody on religious matters or anything like that, but you're going to decide that something bigger than you is going to drive that car. It's going to drive you to success. So know who it is that you are, you guys. Set a goal on where you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have. Develop that positive mentality by coming to the Jayona's Gym here on YouTube, here on Instagram, to develop your mindset. Take care of yourself. This is going to be super key. Develop strong relationships with people who match your future and not your past. I'm going to say that again. Develop relationships with people who match your future and not your past. Become responsible for your life. Decide that everything rises and falls on you. It depends on you. Your life is yours. That's what it means to live an empowered life. And take care of your money, honey. Do it. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is. Everybody has experienced financial ups and financial downs. But get to that position where you are responsible and you know exactly what is happening with your resources. Be resourceful. Be knowing of who it is that you are. Live the empowered life that you truly desire. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Jayona's Gems. First time here on YouTube. I'm super excited about it. You guys, this has been a long time coming, honestly. This has been a lot of, I don't have the resources, I don't have the tools to really do it the way that I've seen other people do it, but that doesn't matter because what I do have is the value of my experience. What I do have is the value of actually living this empowered life and going on this journey of empowerment. And I'm not perfect. Don't get on this platform and think, oh, this girl is perfect. She has it all together. No, I'm just choosing to live my empowered life, and I'm choosing to live it on purpose. So when you come to this channel, when you join this community, when you decide to be the king and the queen of your life, when you decide to empower your life, know that the journey is not always going to be easy. Know that everything is not peachy cream. But just know that even though life doesn't get any easier, you can always get better. You can always get better. So that is a wrap for this episode of Jayonna's Gems here on the Instagram and here on YouTube. You guys, this was exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all gonna see me here next week as well. And I'm gonna continue to develop here on YouTube. I'm deciding like how I really want to run this channel. Right now, we're just dropping the Gems episode every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, you guys. For those of you who are at skill number 8 or at principle number 8, and you're just like, man, I need to develop this financial independence. Man, I need to develop more responsibility in life. Man, I want to personally develop. I want to have strong relationships with people who are elevating. You guys, I'm also a mentor for people who are looking to truly create a life of their own design through digital skill sets. You guys, online income mastery is key in this digital era. So if you guys have any questions about getting started on your online income journey, you guys can reach out to me personally. My Instagram is going to be at Jayona the Queen. YouTube is going to be at Jayona Empowers. You guys, I'm super excited to work with you all. And if you guys have any questions, you want to share your testimonies about your own empowerment journey, you guys feel free to reach out to me. Also, for my queens out there, I want to go ahead and drop a queen's life for you. I'll go ahead and sauce up the description. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you send this channel out and this video out to anyone that you know is looking to live an empowered life. And as always, keep going. I'll see you guys soon.